Growing up in Mao's China, all this seemed very familiar. The communist regime used the same critical theory to divide people. The only difference is they use class instead of race. During the Cultural Revolution, I witnessed students and teachers turn against each other. We changed school names to be politically correct. We were taught to denounce our heritage. The Red Guards destroy anything that is not communist. This is indeed the American version of the Chinese Cultural Revolution. The critical race theory has its roots in cultural Marxism. It should have no place in our schools.
Pretty powerful stuff, right, from somebody who lived through it. Joining me now, I am honored, the great Xi Van Fleet, author of Mao's America. Okay, Xi, let's begin at the beginning. Mao's Cultural Revolution. That doesn't sound like any fun at all. What was that like?
Wow, that's hellish. That's all I can say. That was a 10 years chaos and disaster and violence. And that destroyed everything, destroyed the Chinese civilization, destroyed CCP's institutions, and up to 20 million people lost their lives. And that's what we're going through right now in America.
Xi, can you explain what it was like watching your fellow citizens turn on each other? That's oftentimes, when I talk to survivors, one of the most heartbreaking thing for them.
Yeah, the only thing you think about is how to survive yourself. And you want to make sure you never end up on the wrong side. And I remember one day I was with my friend. We were just 7 or 8, and we were watching parade of counter-revolutionaries, and they were in a truck. And to our horror, and one of those guys on the truck was my friend's father. And that was the moment I realized that anyone can end up on the wrong side and become the enemy of the state. And everything just really, your whole family will become the enemy of the state, not just one member, the whole family.
Did you ever witness a struggle session while you were there?
Yes, I did. I did on a daily basis. And I even watched the struggle session for the governor of my province, Sichuan province. And that was really, really scary when I realized that everyone can be the target. And of course, including
what was it like?
The teachers.
What was it like? What they do to them? Describe it.
Yeah, it's just the best way I can describe is like a public trial. And it's just a lot of people, and then the target were usually held up by the Red Guards, and then the Red Guards will read the basically the denunciation of those people, and people will shout slogans, and sometimes they will be beaten right there, and most times they will be just carried away, and I did not really witness the beating, but that happened often, that people were tortured, some were just killed right on the spot.
Good grief. How did you escape and get to America?
When Mao died, the Cultural Revolution was over, and that was in 1976. And after that, and then the next leader was a reformer, and he opened China up, and especially opened up universities. So people like me can go to university by taking entrance examinations. Before, it was totally on the recommendation basis by the party leader. And after that, I was able to get a scholarship and come to America to pursue my graduate study.
You see a lot of parallels in America to what you lived through, don't you?
That's exactly what I'm just worried about. I'm scared of. That I see so many things that is remind me of the Cultural Revolution. That's why I try to tell people this is history repeating. But the problem is most Americans, they have no knowledge of history. They have never been taught the history of communism, especially the history of the Cultural Revolution. And that's why most people have no idea. They saw this woke craziness, but they have no idea where it's from. It's from Marxism. It's from communism. It is absolutely a repeat of the history.
What should we be doing to stop it that we're not doing?
Yeah, I think that it's been going on for a long time. To stop it, I always tell people to get involved in the local level. Right now, I'm very busy helping and to support the candidate for school board. That's where we start to take over our school. And that's why I'm so proud working with 1776 Action. And one of the things we are trying to do is to launch this grassroots movement to, we started the petition to launch this petition to abolish the Department of Education. Education should never be run by the federal government. And that is the China model. China had the Ministry of Education. They control everything. They are the ones that decide what is the party line that should be implemented in all the curriculum and in every classroom across China. That's not our model. It should be run locally. It should be by the state and especially by the school board. That's why it's so important that we all get involved and support the conservative candidate for the school board. That's how we take back our school. That's how we save the children and save this country.
Yeah. Xi, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I have great news. If you enjoyed that, I have a YouTube channel you can subscribe to. Whatever I do, it'll be right there on YouTube. So go subscribe today.